Hello everybody, this is Astro Eleanor. I'm a professional astrologer and a witch, and in today's video we're gonna be looking at how you can glow up in 2024. You have dreams you're chasing after, things you want to get done, and I know a lot of you guys, especially if you're watching this video, you want to become the best version of yourself. We are gonna use the astrological transits in order to glow up. So there are 5 tips for each rising sign, and of course I'm gonna leave the timestamps below so that you can jump right to your rising sign. And you know what? You're gonna get the cheat code to become the best version of yourself in 2024. And drum roll please, I also have these astrology and tarot bundles which are 40% off. I repeat, they're 40% off. This happens only once a year, so if you want to treat yourself for the new year or for Christmas, whatever you're into, like treat yourself this holiday season, these are all of my offers, and you can find the link in the description box or in the pinned comment if you're interested. I do have a reading that will allow you to see what your 2024 will be like in terms of love, career. I'm gonna tap into all areas of your life to give you a specific overview of what you can expect. I also have one about your love life in 2024 and the people that you will meet, romantically speaking, what they look like. And the bundle that has been performing the best has to be the one with the full birth chart and the 3-question reading. Once again, it's 40% off, so if you've been wanting to get your chart read by me, this is your opportunity to do so because there's a great deal going on. And if you want to follow me on social media, you can find me at Astro Eleanor on all platforms. Now, this video is going to be a chat between me and the girls and the boys and the theys and thems, all of the people who want to become the best version of themselves in 2024. I'm going to break things down so that you know how to handle any curveballs that life throws at you and you're like, I get this covered. I know how to handle that one. And one thing about me, you guys, like, this is Astro Eleanor from the future, quite obviously, and if you listen closely to this part of the video, you can actually hear a bell ringing. And this is actually the spirit of my best friend's dog who passed away in 2021, and I'm gonna leave it to you guys.
I used to wear a collar with a small bell on it. Paranormal Activity caught on camera. Bella Sar. È divertentissimo, I love it.
You guys, like, listen to this part of the video, it's fucking crazy. Anyway, Bella Razor, let's get back to the video. I love self-improvement, self-development, and I also and I also love making glow-up videos. So I don't know, I think you're in the right place. Now, let me preface this by saying that you can have any kind of glow up that you want, but when you look at your birth chart and your rising sign more specifically, there are 2 areas of your life where you'll have an easier time experiencing a glow up. But aside from that, I'm also gonna give you some general tips as far as how to get the glow up that you want and manifest your desires, even if they don't necessarily align with the kind of glow up that you're meant for in 2024. But if you choose to focus on that area of your life where you're meant to have the glow up, and then you utilize the general tips that I'm also gonna give in this video, it's a double whammy. Like, you're in it for a good win. So as you guys know, Jupiter is the most benefic planet in astrology. And when you look at Jupiter transits, you're gonna get a good feel for what will go your way during that year. So when you align yourself with that energy, like I always say in my videos, you're gonna get the most out of it. And that's what we're gonna talk about here. So the house that Jupiter will transit in your chart during 2024 will represent the area of your life where you can achieve said glow up. This is the area of your life that you'll be blessed in, where you can get the best results with minimal effort. Not if you're Saturnian though. Psych! Anyway, what I'm saying here is that if you align yourself with the energy in your chart, in your transits, you're gonna have an easier time at life. Astrology is a cheat code. So knowing what's going on with your transits through this video, you're gonna know how to move accordingly in 2024. So if you want that glow up, keep watching this video and check the timestamps below. First things first, let's talk about some of the general tips that you can use in order to glow glow up by tapping into the energy of Jupiter, which is abundant energy. It's lucky energy. But sometimes if it's not controlled, if you don't have any boundaries in your life within yourself and with other people, you're gonna see this abundant energy manifesting into excess, doing too much, overestimating yourself and your resources and your abilities. So that's what we want to stay away from. And I'm letting you know about this because Jupiter gets such a good reputation for being an amazing planet, but a lot of people forget that it also represents excess. And too much of something always goes bad one way or the other. And if you don't have self-control, that's kind of the same thing. So going back to what I was saying, you can use these tips to boost the glow up that I'm going to talk about for your rising sign, or to manifest something completely different. How do we align with the energy of Jupiter? First and foremost, you need to research about Jupiter. Learn about the astrological significance of Jupiter, the different myths associated with Jupiter. Understand the qualities that are associated with this planet. Like, do your homework, and it has to involve Jupiter, because before you get into any of this, you have to know what Jupiter is about, right? And you have to do it on your own because it's much more meaningful. For those of you who are practitioners, or you're a witch, or you are familiar with talismans, this is kind of advanced, but you could also use a Jupiter talisman in order to attract abundance and wish fulfillment into your life. And I don't recommend doing this if you are not an experienced practitioner, or if you haven't done this before, or if you're not receiving guidance. Because the thing with witchcraft and spirituality and all of that good stuff, if you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna face some serious consequences. And I'm here to tell you, be careful. You don't have to be scared. You have to do your research, do your homework, study, get guidance, and then you can go do whatever you want, kind of. Next thing I'm gonna talk about in terms of tapping into Jupiter energy has to do with Jupiter-inspired yoga. Building a practice where you move your body. You can incorporate different movements that involve flexibility, being open with your body, opening up your heart. And having a daily practice with yoga is amazing. Once again, here I'm speaking from experience. It's so good because it's sort of a low impact kind of workout, especially if you're a beginner or if you're not really into the heavy lifting and all of that good stuff. I'm sort of moving away from that and easing into yoga. So when you're easing into yoga and you're tapping into these expansive movements, not only does it make your body feel good, but it also helps you relax and open up your mind, which is all that Jupiter is about. But you don't have to limit yourself to yoga. You could also dance, any sort of workout that helps you expand your energy, expand your perception, feel open and joyful and happy, aka embodying the Jupiter archetype. You see where I'm going with that? It's good, like it's good, whatever works for you. These are just suggestions so that then you can take inspiration and be like, okay, like this suggestion doesn't really apply to me, but here's something else that I can do. The next tip, I feel like it's quite obvious, but you have to build a gratitude practice in order to tap into Jupiter energy. So whether you keep a gratitude journal, or if you say gratitude affirmations, even out loud or in your head before you wake up and when you go to bed, those are the best states to recite affirmations in my personal experience, or saying affirmations and expressing gratitude in front of the mirror. These are a few things that you can do to tap into the Jupiter archetype. And you could also use affirmations that have to do with what you're trying to manifest, with the kind of glow up that you want to achieve for yourself by the end of 2024. And each day, as you express gratitude over and over again, your mindset is going to improve. Gratitude is not the cure to everything, but it certainly does help. Moving on, start researching, learning and expanding your mind in any way that you can, by reading, by listening to podcasts, watching YouTube videos, whatever floats your boat that involves acquiring knowledge and wisdom. See how you're tapping into that Jupiter archetype by doing these little things? Yeah, that's what you need to be doing. And the topic that you learn about really has to do with your personal interests. Even if you're in college or you're self-taught, learning and learning and learning, and then applying that knowledge, sharing that wisdom in the way that suits you or that feels comfortable to you, is what tapping into Jupiter energy feels like and is like. Then you can also use visualization techniques and affirmations, like I said before, but this is with a little bit of a twist because you're actually visualizing yourself attaining your goal, reaching success, feeling good about yourself. You're actually walking yourself through that process. So let's say you need to graduate. You're sort of doing this guided meditation by yourself. And if you need some help, there are great guided meditations for success on YouTube that I highly recommend that you engage with. So when you walk yourself through the process of becoming successful and visualizing it, that's a huge step up because you're getting ready for it. You're living through that experience and you're bridging the gap of your present self and your successful self. So you're moving closer to your goal, even through your mindset and your mind. So in that way, you're gonna get new ideas as far as how to get that glow up, how to achieve your goal. You're gonna feel more inspired, more motivated. It has a ton of benefits because you're tapping into your subconscious mind, and when you do it little by little, even if you have self-limiting beliefs, which all of us do, you're chipping at them slowly but surely, and the light, even a small speck of light, is gonna come out eventually. And so when you see that light, you start digging and digging and digging even more. And this is just a metaphor to say that visualization, affirmations, building a gratitude practice is one of the building blocks to success. Moving on from that, something else that you can do to tap into Jupiter energy is engaging in acts of generosity, being genuinely generous, wanting to help people, spreading kindness into the world. Giving back to others and helping others can invoke this positive and abundant energy. You're gonna feel good, the other person is gonna feel good, and you're gonna feel your self-esteem, your core of self-esteem becoming stronger, because your value doesn't just come from your appearance or the things that you can do or your job and the kind of accomplishments that you have made for yourself. It comes from your character. Next tip is to connect with nature. Nature is inherently abundant, and when you connect with the elements and its energy by being in nature, by physically being in nature, breathing in the fresh air, looking at the landscape or looking at a sunset, that evokes a sense of peace and abundance that's just priceless. So whenever you need a little pick-me-up, I highly recommend that you get out of the house and you go, even if you just open up your window, if you're really going through it, you just open up your window, you look at the sky, at how big the sky is, and looking at the moon and how beautiful nature is. That's gonna evoke that feeling of abundance. Now here's where it gets fun, because I absolutely love this tip. So what you want to do is take a clean jar or vase. You get a seed, possibly a seed of a plant that's associated with abundance, like basil or mint, and then you infuse that seed with feelings of abundance. So you take the seed in your hand, you cup it, and you start visualizing the energy of abundance coming right through your hands, and it can come through as this beam of light, this white light, and you also start visualizing your goal coming to fruition and what it feels like to have that, to achieve that in your life. You sit within that space for as long as you need, and of course before you start, you need to meditate, to ground yourself, to cleanse your home, to cleanse yourself, to cleanse the seed and the jar, and then right after you're you're done, you also need to ground yourself once again and come back to reality. So going back to the process, you then want to take a piece of paper and write down an affirmation that encompasses that goal. For example, I graduated X, Y, and Z, or I got the car of my dreams, or I got the house of my dreams. You have to make sure that everything that you write is in present tense, as though you have already achieved it. And then you fold that paper towards you. You put it in the jar along with the seed. You literally plant a seed in the soil and you put the paper that represents your goal within the soil. And you start watering the plant every single day. And as you see it grow and flourish, so is your goal. And I just love this tip. It's tangible yet intangible. If you want to take it up a notch, you could also use a green ribbon around the jar to seal it and to make things look a little bit prettier and put together. Next tip that I highly recommend is to make a vision board. I think that by now we all pretty much know how a vision board works, but it can be such a great way for you to visualize your goal. And making vision boards is actually supported by neuroscience, like it's some real. So go ahead and make that vision board, print your pictures, make it pretty so that you can have a constant reminder of what you want to achieve in 2024, or to keep yourself on track in terms of the kind of glow up that you want to have. And the last tip that I want to give you, of course, how could I not talk about this when we are discussing how to tap into Jupiter energy? Make sure that you have a daily or weekly spiritual practice where you meditate or you pray or you journal or you cleanse in order to get closer to your personal God. If you take anything out of these tips, the top ones that I recommend to connect with Jupiter energy are, first of all, building a spiritual practice, then building a gratitude practice, planting the seed of the plant that is then going to flourish as your goals also flourish during the year, learning, reading on a daily basis to expand your knowledge. And I'm also gonna add traveling if you can, if you have the means to do that. And then I also recommend visualization and doing guided meditations for success. These are my top tips. Like if I had to choose what to do in 2024 in order to tap into Jupiter energy, those are the tips that I would choose. I'm not disregarding the other ones, because if you're really committed, you're gonna want to do the other ones as well. But for the sake of practicality, I recommend those ones. Now let's get into the juicy stuff. I'm gonna break down the area of your life where you're gonna experience your glow up and how to actually make the most out of that glow up and consciously tap into the Jupiter energy so that this opportunity is not the one that you miss. Once again, this is based on Jupiter transits, and Jupiter will be in Taurus and in Gemini during 2024. So the houses where you have Taurus and Gemini in your chart will be the most affected by this transit and will represent the areas of your life where you're having an easier time receiving blessings. Starting from the first house, Gemini and Taurus risings, you guys need to tune in because you are having a physical glow up and a personal glow up. But how can you enhance it? How can you make the most out of this Jupiter energy and not miss out on this amazing opportunity, which happens only every 12 years? Tip number 1 is to embrace self-discovery and understanding yourself, expanding your self-awareness. Take the time to journal and to meditate. You're gonna hear me talk about a lot of Jupiterian activities here because that's the kind of energy that we are using to glow up. Explore your identity, your personality, your strengths, your weaknesses, areas where you can improve and you want to improve. I also highly encourage you to experiment with different styles, hairstyles, wardrobe choices, jewelry, makeup. The more you explore Jupiter, the better. You're gonna find your style. This could be the year when you finally find what works for you. And I also highly recommend that you embrace affirmations. Affirm yourself, build your confidence. When you look in the mirror, make it your mission to give yourself at least 3 compliments whenever you walk by, and check back with me within 1 month and tell me how you feel. Tip number 2, of course, has to do with self-care and personal development. Invest in courses and in workshops and books that have to do with personal development and self-development. You can make the most out of this transit by enhancing your skills, investing in your abilities, and expanding on them. I also highly recommend that you practice self-care routines that energize you, that make you feel good. And I also highly recommend setting personal goals for personal development so that you can hold yourself accountable. And if you really want to spice things up, you know how a year is made up by 365 days? Well, you want to divide the year into 4 parts. So you get all of your goals for 2024, you divide the year into 4 parts. You have 90 days sections, right? Where you have to hold yourself accountable to achieve that goal, and it's going to give you the right sense of urgency to go after what you want to accomplish. And at the same time, when you reach the end of the year, you're like, oh my God, like breaking things down actually helped me to hold myself accountable and achieve those goals. So you're setting yourself up for success. Next thing you want to do with Jupiter in your first house is starting to adopt a positive mindset. Being able to see the lesson and the meaning and the silver lining in the situations that you're gonna find yourself in. That's the essence of Jupiter. Getting the wisdom and seeing the silver lining, learning the lesson even in the hardest and most challenging situations, and even in the happiest moments and the most joyful moments. Focus on opportunities rather than obstacles, and instead of thinking that things are against you, even if it feels that way, try to see where you have control in that situation. If life throws a curveball at you, okay, it's right there, but how can you improve that situation? What is under your control and what isn't? And when you understand what you can take action on, it's going to be easier to find a solution. So that's the kind of mindset shift that you want to implement in your life with Jupiter transiting through your first house. Try to surround yourself with positive people, positive influences. Watch your social media and your feed. Make sure you curate it and you don't have negativity and gossip and drama on your feed. Jupiter in the first house is also a great transit to start something new, to start a new project or a new venture, and actually be supported by the universe, supported by the people around you in order to succeed. Don't be afraid to take risks and step out of your comfort zone. Make sure they are calculated risks and you're not just taking a leap of faith and you don't have something to support you. Because Jupiter a lot of the time can cause us to overestimate ourselves and our abilities, so you always want to take that into account. But if there's something that you've always wanted to do, a risk, a calculated and supported risk that you wanted to take, go right ahead. This is the time to do it. 2024 is the time to do it. Jupiter transiting through your first house can also help you to broaden your horizons and expand your awareness. So this is a good time to become somebody who is highly educated. So whenever you open your mouth, people are just looking at you in awe because you have so much to say. Your perspectives are nuanced. That's what you want to do during this transit. Enroll in courses, read, eat the books up, eat them up. Even if they're audiobooks, I don't care. Educate yourself. This is the year where you're going to remember a lot of things. You're going to make a lot of connections between different pieces of information. It's just going to be a good time. Like, this is why why I'm encouraging you to do these things, because you may have an easier time doing them, and actually you might have fun doing these things. And yeah, with Jupiter transiting through your first house, you can build your confidence by affirming yourself like we talked about before, and embracing independence, stepping into leadership positions, or taking ownership of your life, taking the reins of your life. This is a great year to do that. If you've been wanting to move out, change your job, change your career direction, this could be a year to do that because you're overall supported. Of course, that depends on your chart. This is just a general reading. Keep that in mind. If you want my perspective on your chart and how to make the most out of this 2024, I do recommend the 2024 prediction bundle that I have linked in my description box. I'm gonna put my lip gloss on because I feel like if I don't have my lip gloss on, I just feel like my look is not complete. It's mental illness, but it's just how it is. Anyway, back to it. Moving on to Aries and Taurus risings. You guys are gonna have a financial glow up. So listen up. Here are the things that you can implement in your life in order to achieve this financial glow up or boost this financial glow up. A lot of the things that I'm gonna mention have a lot to do with the Jupiter archetype and how to align yourself with the Jupiter archetype, so listen up. First thing that you can do is to embrace an abundant mindset. A mindset of abundance and prosperity, knowing that you will be taken care of no matter what. Visualizing financial success. What I mean is that you take the time out of your day to visualize financial success, something that is feasible for you, something that doesn't feel out of your reach. Because a lot of the time, a mistake that I see and a mistake that I used to make is to visualize something too big. And if your self-limiting beliefs are too strong, there's no way you're gonna get there. So when you try to visualize something that actually feels possible, give yourself the time and you're gonna see the results. Of course, there's so much more that goes into it, but having an abundant mindset, a mindset of prosperity, teaching yourself financial literacy, giving yourself the tools to actually have that abundant mindset because you understand how money works. You're building a relationship with money, how to make money. How do you expect yourself to manifest something if you're not familiar with it, if you're not familiar with what it feels like? This is a stepping stone that could take you to the next level. Invest in financial education. Then you could also get into all of the different side hustles or trying to start your business, promoting yourself, creating passive streams of income. Having Jupiter in your second house in 2024 can really help you find success when you're doing those things. Something else that you want to do in order to achieve that financial glow up is to take into account the themes of the second house, which have a lot to do with your values. So reassess your values and also declutter your home. Get rid of the things that remind you of the past, that remind you of a bad memory, somebody from the past. Clear that energy, clear it up. You need to make room for new things to come in, because if everything is clogged up in your environment, there's no way the new things are going to come in because everything is already so full, it's so saturated. You need to let go of things. And when you know your values, when you know what you want and what you value, when you value yourself, you're gonna want to clear that energy up. Engage in self-reflection to boost your self-esteem and really reflect on what brings value into your life and the values that you hold. And the most important one, what kind of values do you base your decisions and behavior on? These are the 3 shadow work prompts that I would recommend for you guys this year in order to achieve that financial glow up. And I recommend that you do these shadow work prompts at the very beginning of the year so that then you can work with a clean slate and with greater awareness. Something else that you can do to get that financial glow up is to invest in your skill set, improving your skill set. If you have a skill that you could make money off of, this is your year to invest into it and then make money from it. Are you good at programming, at editing, photography, doing makeup or hair? If you want to monetize those skills, you're gonna get a pretty penny for it this year. So identify your skills, the ones that have market value and that you can monetize, and then use them to make more money or to enhance your career prospects. I cannot talk about Jupiter in the second house without telling you guys that I would highly recommend for you to have a monthly budget, knowing where your money goes all throughout the month, so you can get a grip as far as your finances and how to improve them, how to invest. And if you need to make some sort of big purchase or purchases in general, if you try to negotiate and you do it well, you might get some sort of deal. So I highly recommend that you negotiate prices where it's appropriate and when it's appropriate. Next tip is to invest in self-care and building up your self-worth, because the second house also represents your self-worth, so it's important for you to nourish it during 2024 in order to expand your mindset, reach that abundant mindset and feel abundant, feeling like you're worthy of that abundance. Also try setting realistic financial goals for yourself and sticking to them. Having a timeline for your financial goals can really change the game for you. And don't be afraid to review and adjust your financial plan all throughout the year, because you have to make sure that it matches who you are and what you want at different times. And to be able to cultivate that abundance mindset, gratitude is one of the first steps to take, especially when you're dealing with Jupiter energy. Making sure that you have some sort of gratitude practice is super important. In 2024, cultivate a mindset of gratitude. Express gratitude for the things that you already have, and that is going to expand your range and the range of things that you deem possible for yourself, because you are already appreciating what's there. Next, for Aries and Pisces, you guys are gonna have a mental glow up. Jupiter in Taurus and Jupiter in Gemini will travel through your third house. So this means that the expansive energy of Jupiter is stepping into this area of your life, which represents your thought processes, your mind, communication. So here are some tips that you can implement in your life in order to shift your mindset and cultivate thoughts that can help you flourish instead of wither. First things first, I think it's quite obvious. Make sure that you are expanding your mind and your awareness by educating yourself, doing research, reading, listening to podcasts, watching YouTube videos, taking courses, or enrolling in different workshops. That can be a game changer. Explore different subjects and topics that interest you, and really take the time to either be self-taught or have a mentor or a teacher. 2024 is the year where you stimulate your mind and your intellect to expand your horizons and to see what else could be possible for you. Next tip is to enhance your communication skills. So improve the way that you communicate so that you can do it effectively. And your relationships are going to improve by a ton, because when you know how to communicate, how to comprehend, you can then have better connections with others. 2024 could also be the year where you learn public speaking and you practice it, and you enhance your verbal and written communication skills. You could also engage in writing, artistic storytelling, and other ways that you could use your voice, even making videos, because you're using that throat chakra, you're putting it to work. And how could I forget, like, if any of you make music, this is the year to improve your pen game, okay? Getting in front of the paper with your pen and writing the lyrics. So it's about perfecting your craft. And if you're comfortable with that, you could also share your insights and let your voice be heard on social media or blogs or even your personal diary. It doesn't really matter as long as you're using those communication skills. Once again, it really comes down to what you feel comfortable with and what you want to do. Since you're having that mental glow up, it goes without saying that this is a great year to develop mental flexibility and mental agility, being able to jump from one thing, then the other, talk about this and connect it with this other topic. So cultivating the ability to adapt to different situations and different topics that are being discussed in different social settings. Something amazing that you can do is solving puzzles, engaging in mind games, brain training activities, or learning a new language. If you've been wanting to do that, 2024 is the year for you. Something else that can help you expand your mind with the third house, since it does represent short distance travel, you could also take different trips around your town and see the areas that you haven't explored. You could also meet new people there or find some pretty interesting shops or areas. I don't know, it just feels like something that can help you broaden your horizons on a physical level. Try to connect with your community or attend community-based events, because you can meet some pretty significant people or people that are going to be significant in your life, even for the long term. Try and do your best to promote positive communication and making sure that the way that you communicate takes into account different perspectives. It's effective, it helps others broaden their horizons and understand the bigger picture. Make sure that you're nourishing yourself and other people with the way that you communicate. Give out compliments, make sure that the people in your life that you care about know that you're grateful for them. Write letters, write that text message for that friend. Make yourself and the people around you, whoever it may be, doesn't necessarily have to be somebody that's close to you. Make yourself and others feel heard, cared about, seen, with the way that you communicate and with the way that you listen. Because effective communication isn't just about what you say and how you say it, it's also about listening to what other people are saying. Something else that can help you expand your mind is engaging in discussions, debates that encourage learning and growth, and even communities that have those values as their priority. 2024 is the year where you learn to speak up and you become comfortable leaning into yourself, leaning into being seen, being heard, and not being afraid of being judged for your thoughts, for your mindset, for what you say and what you believe in. And the game changer in 2024 for you is embracing the fact that you are a student of life. You're always learning. You're never going to reach a point where you're like, oh yeah, I know everything about this. You just know that there's always going to be something new to learn. And this helps you emphasize the value of education, the value of knowledge and wisdom. Realizing how little you know, but at the same time, how much you know about something, about yourself, about any subject or topic. So the new year prospect for you is to learn. Pisces and Aquarius risings, you guys are gonna have a home life or family glow up, because Jupiter in Taurus and Gemini will travel through your 4th house. So here are the things that you can do in order to improve the peace and calm that you feel in your home, your relationship with your family members and with your parents. Of course, always tapping into the energy of Jupiter. So you're gonna hear me talk about Jupiterian activities and yada yada yada. So first things first, declutter your home. Take care of your home every chance that you get, because the more you give value to your home, and instead of it being a house, you make it a home, you clean it regularly, you decorate it, the more abundance you are going to attract into your life. Because a lot of the times, how much money you earn can be strictly tied to how much you take care of your house. And this is an Italian folklore kind of belief. So I'm just sprinkling that in there. And you know, people who keep a good home environment, even if it's not a penthouse, it doesn't have to be, your home doesn't have to be a penthouse. You can work with what you have right now, and this is what's so beautiful about this. The more you take care of your home, even with the small things, the better you're gonna feel in your home, in your sanctuary, the more energy you're gonna have when you step out into the world. With Jupiter going through your 4th house, you could also focus on strengthening your relationship with family members or healing your relationship with them. Even if you don't have a conversation about it, even if you don't want to be in contact with them, you could still do the healing work, the inner work to reach peace, to forgive, and to understand how that relationship affected you and is still affecting the way that you are, the way that you make decisions, and different facets of your life so that you can free yourself from that weight because you deserve it. But on the other hand, if you do want to improve your relationship with your family members, this is a great year and a great opportunity to do that. Prioritize spending quality time with your family members and organizing gatherings and dinners and having lunch together, whatever it may be, as long as it's quality time. It will help you bond with them and strengthen your connection. Another amazing thing that you can do with Jupiter transiting through your 4th house to achieve this glow up is to investigate as far as your ancestry. The 4th house represents your ancestors. So if you've been wanting to explore your family lineage, where you come from, and reconnect to different traditions that belong to your family or they belong to the land that you come from, that can be the stepping stone to your healing journey, to your glow up journey, to becoming the best version of yourself. Take the time to research your traditions and your family roots, where you come from. It can really give you a wider perspective as far as who you are, and it can also help you explore that hidden part of yourself. This could also be a great year for you to expand your home or to relocate and to move out and to find a living environment that you can call your sanctuary, somewhere where you feel safe and secure. And speaking of safety, another great thing that you can do in order to enhance this glow up is to engage with people and things that promote your emotional stability. So cultivating emotional stability, setting down your roots somewhere and knowing that you're safe, you're secure. That is one of the first steps to take in order to manifest your desires. You need to be safe. You need to have your primary needs met in order to manifest and to venture out into other things. So you're starting from the ground up in 2024. Cultivate inner security and focus on healing practices, inner work practices, and self-care. It would also be amazing for you to fill up your home with joy by inviting people over, inviting friends, and hosting parties or get-togethers, even movie nights. That can be amazing for you to fill up your home with joy, with happiness, and to have that energy linger and characterize your home. Capricorn and Aquarius risings, Jupiter is going to transit through your 5th house. So this means that you could have a creative or love life glow up. So I'm going to give you some tips as far as how to get that glow up, how to get a boost on your glow up journey and during 2024. First things first, I'm going to encourage you to engage in activities that promote your creativity, that make you feel alive, that spark a fire within you, whether it be painting, writing, dancing, singing, cooking. Engage with those activities, because it's also going to help you heal your inner child. And inner child work for you in 2024 is going to be the key to abundance and to happiness. Giving yourself the things that you would have wanted as a child, doing those activities that you've always wanted to do when you were younger, allowing yourself to experience those things even during adulthood. That's the move in 2024. And if you have any sort of passion project or personal project that you've been wanting to pursue, 2024 is the year where you can do that and feel supported while you are doing it. The energy of Jupiter is very, very supportive, and it can give you tons and tons of opportunities for you to find success while pursuing that project. And the 5th house is where the planet Venus finds its joy. So this is a place of pleasure, of happiness, of fun. So fill your life up with those kind of things. Don't be afraid to do something spontaneous, to go on adventures and do something exciting. And speaking of love, since the planet of love has its joy in this house, the transit of Jupiter in your 5th house can help you enhance your love life and expand your dating pool. Now, this may not be the year where you necessarily find a long-term partner, because long-term relationships can be found in the 7th house, but generally speaking, Jupiter in the 5th house can help you explore yourself, have an amazing life, and enjoy the presence of other people. And if you're already in a relationship, Jupiter can bring back that passion. You may have more fun with your partner and engage in wonderful activities with them. Or if you're single, you might have some amazing dates and dating experiences. This could also be a great time for you to explore different dates, like a date to the movies or a picnic, or the first date is just the two of you guys painting something together, or writing poetry together, or climbing together, going to a fun park. This is not the year to be conventional in the way that you date. It's about having fun with your love life. Since the 5th house governs everything that's fun and pleasurable, everything that you do in your downtime, it can also rule over movie theaters and clubs, social events. If you go there and you network, you can meet some people that will be significant in your life, some people that are there just for a chapter or a season, and that will really improve something in your life or something about you, or vice versa. You're that Jupiterian influence. Both of you are gonna get something out of that connection. So I highly encourage you to be in these kind of environments in 2024. So yeah, with Jupiter transiting through your 5th house, it's time to embrace spontaneity, adventureness, and fun. Don't be afraid to not take yourself super seriously and just embrace humor in your life. Next up is Capricorn and Sagittarius. Jupiter is going to transit through your 6th house of health. So you might have a health glow up or even a physical glow up. The 6th house has a lot to do with working out, your diet, and your routine. So in 2024, if that's one of your goals, this is the time to pursue it, because the energy of Jupiter in your 6th house can help you feel more supported in this kind of endeavor. This is the time to focus on adopting a healthier lifestyle and focusing on activities and things that promote your well-being, physically and mentally, but especially on a physical level. Make sure you're establishing a regular exercise routine, a diet, a healthy sleeping schedule, and put systems in place that promote your efficiency and productivity, and that also honor your need for rest, your need to rejuvenate. Something else that you can do is organize and optimize your life. Since the 6th house is related to your daily life, it's super important for you to have a routine in 2024 and invest in that. Create schedules, to-do lists, keep an agenda, whatever helps you keep track of your life and have your together. But make sure you declutter your space on a regular basis in 2024, especially if Jupiter is going through your 6th house, because it's going to help you create the space to invite those blessings in. The 6th house can also have a bit to do with your work. So if you invest money or time and resources in expanding your skill set, that can be a game changer for you in 2024, investing in your career, in your professional life. This is the year to enhance your expertise in your field by taking courses or getting a mentor, doing some sort of workshop or reading more, expanding your skill set. That is the key word. Jupiter has a lot to do with abundance and generosity, and the 6th house is the house of service. So when you put these two things together, it can really be about helping other people, being of service to others, and understanding the value of helping others. Contribute to a cause. You're really gonna learn how to be there for other people in 2024. Next thing, to get that health glow up, you have to have healthy boundaries between your work and your life, making sure that when the work hours are done, you focus on the next task, or you focus on self-care, you focus on your personal life, because work doesn't have to take up all of your time. You shouldn't have to be able to fit your life through the cracks. That's not the move, and 2024 is really going to highlight that for you. And if you can, try to cultivate a positive work environment. Do your best to be a team player if that's possible, because sometimes I know how can get in the workplace, or just keep to yourself. Protect your peace. 2024 can also be the year to implement some efficient and healthy habits or micro habits to promote your well-being. What you really want to focus on is time management, discipline, and consistency. Build habits around those 3 things. Be proactive when you are getting things done, when you're addressing different tasks, so that you don't get overwhelmed and things don't pile up. And the last tip I want to give you is to invest in self-improvement and perfecting yourself and your skills. Because the 6th house has a lot to do with perfecting a skill or you as a person. Identify the areas where you want to improve and take action towards it in 2024. Sagittarius and Scorpio, you are having a love life glow up. This is super juicy, super spicy. This could be the year that you find your soulmate or your significant other. So let's get into it. How can you do that? And how can you improve your relationships in 2024? First tip that I would like to give you is to nurture the already existing relationships in your life. Strengthen those bonds. And when appropriate, when you can, embrace opportunities to network, embrace opportunities to step into social spaces and create new connections. Don't be afraid to attend social events and meet new people and socialize, because this is the year where you could find a very important business partner or romantic partner or best friend. Another thing that you want to do is just putting yourself out there, joining groups or clubs where you can meet people that share your same interests and vision for life. Next tip is to cultivate harmony in your relationships. Make sure that you're striving for a compromise and you're trying to reach a middle ground with the people around you, because that's going to give you the best results during this transit. And a lot of the times with Jupiter in the 7th house, you're not going to be getting the short end of the stick, let me tell you that much. So work on maintaining balance and harmony within your personal relationships. Focus on compromise, diplomacy, effective communication, mutual respect, and honesty. And 2024 could also be the year where you meet a lot of new friends or new people, or even one significant person that's just gonna be a beam of light in your life. Engage with different people from different backgrounds, and once again, putting yourself out there. This could bring some seriously enriching experiences in your life. It would also be great for you to collaborate with others and work on becoming a good teammate, and understanding that whenever you are in a connection with another person, it's not you against them, it's you with them. So if there's an issue, you solve it together. You're not against each other. And you may be thinking, how am I going to use this to find my partner and get that love life glow up? Well, you're literally gaining the skill set to be in a relationship, to be ready for that relationship. Of course, there are going to be a ton of things that you'll learn along the way with your partner, but you do have to know how to communicate, how to compromise, how to sacrifice, how to be there for another person, how to keep the peace. You have to learn these things in order for you to cultivate a healthy connection. Everything that I'm mentioning here is not only in service of that, but it's also for your personal self-development. 2024 could also be the year where shared goals and shared experiences are really perspicuous. If you align your vision with a person that you care about, or your partner, or somebody that's really close to you, or a business partner, it can turn out to be very beneficial, very successful when you work at it together as a team. And in order for you to tap into that Jupiterian energy, it's super important for you to express gratitude for the people that are already in your life. Let them know how appreciated they are, how grateful you are for them, and the positive impact that they're making in your life. Scorpio and Libra, Jupiter is going to be transiting through your 8th house, so you might have a healing journey glow up. You're going to be doing a lot of inner work, and it's going to pay off. The first tip that I want to give you is to embrace personal transformation, to learn how to become comfortable with change, because the only thing that's really certain about life is that things are always transforming. So in one way or the other, you're gonna have to develop that adaptability, that flexibility, and 2024 is the year where you might have an easier time letting go of things that are weighing on you, things that are outdated. You can use this upcoming year for introspection, for going into hermit mode, reflecting on your beliefs and your values and your desires and what drives you to achieve those things and to feel that way. You're gonna get a ton of opportunities for personal growth and psychological healing. So if you're in therapy or if you want to start therapy, this is your year. You're gonna work through a lot of baggage. You're gonna feel so much lighter. If you're into the occult, or you want to learn about witchcraft and astrology or metaphysics and occult topics, you're gonna have an easier time doing that in 2024 and expanding your horizons as far as that kind of topic and knowledge goes. Jupiter is just gonna stimulate your interest for these unknown and hidden and sometimes even taboo topics. The 8th house is also about shared resources, so a lot of you guys could also have a financial glow up alongside a partner or another person, or even just by yourself. You could get some sort of government aid or aid by your school in terms of money, you know what I'm saying? It could be unexpected, or you may already be expecting it. Anyway, with Jupiter in the 8th house, especially if you're working alongside a partner, you could find some success or a lot of success on a larger scale in terms of your goals together or something that you achieve together. It could really pay off. Or people may just generally be more inclined to give you money or gifts in 2024, which sounds really good to me. And going back to healing, to that healing glow up, this is the year to learn about the power of letting go and releasing, and how good it feels to take your power back once you let go of something or someone that was holding you back. So whenever you're ready, 2024 is your year to identify where you need to let go or work through some past trauma, fears, or attachments that are holding you back. Allow yourself to heal from who hurt you or what hurt you. Forgiveness is going to be the key word here. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you're condoning what they did. I just love this quote. It just means that you're freeing yourself from what they did and you're allowing yourself to be at peace. And this also applies to forgiving yourself. So the goal for you, the New Year's prospect, is to let go. It's to engage in practices that help you clear out emotional blockages. And this is gonna help you feel emotionally free. And Jupiter in the 8th house is also gonna amplify your intuition. It's also gonna help you develop your psychic gifts. So if that's something that you're interested in, oh my god, like go for it. This is the year for you to expand on your magical abilities, to trust your intuition, to develop that intuition muscle and be there for yourself and listen to your gut. Libra and Virgo risings, you guys are having a mental glow up with Jupiter transiting through your 9th house. So let's explore what you should be doing in order to snatch that glow up and make it yours and own the out of 2024. If you're already familiar with what the houses signify, you're gonna know that the 9th house is connected to higher learning. So what you want to do here in order to tap into that Jupiterian energy is to educate yourself, to research, to really invest into your academic goals. And oh my god, like you could also have an academic glow up. The 9th house connects to college and higher learning once again. If you're trying to get better grades, you're gonna feel really supported in doing that in 2024. Explore different study methods, study alongside people, get a mentor, and going back to expanding your horizons and broadening your horizons. It doesn't just stop at college or reading and listening to a podcast. It could also have a lot to do with expanding your spiritual awareness. The 9th house is the house that's connected to God, to your personal God. So if you're looking to get closer to God or to your personal God, this is your time to pray, to meditate, and to really deepen that bond and that relationship that you have with spirituality. Dive into different philosophical texts or religious texts and explore different belief systems if you're not sure what you want to believe in or what you believe in or what resonates most with you. And in order for you to expand your horizons, it's also important for you to connect with people that come from different backgrounds. This could be an amazing time for you to learn a new language and get that mental glow up or academic glow up. The key here is to broaden your worldview and your understanding of humanity, of the collective. If you want to get that mental glow up or academic glow up, I also highly suggest to share your knowledge and your wisdom. Express your thoughts on subjects that matter to you. You could get into writing a book or starting a blog or a social media account or a journal. 2024 is also the year for you to take risks, to expand your comfort zone, to step out of it and test your limits, and to really get that mindset shift in 2024, because with Jupiter in the 9th house, that's really what's gonna happen for you. Your mindset is gonna shift, and if you work towards it, it can happen faster. So invest time in cultivating faith in the universe, cultivating your spiritual side, cultivating a more optimistic and solution-oriented mindset. It's about you seeing meaning in challenging situations, even when things are not going in your favor. Make sure you're also teaching and sharing what you know, because it's really gonna help you process that information. And strive to experience things that will add meaning into your life. Focus on having experiences that align with your values, with your desires, and with your goals. Virgo and Leo risings, you guys are gonna have a career glow up. Jupiter in Gemini and Taurus is going to transit through your 10th house, so let's get into how you can get that career glow up. I think this is quite obvious, but you can aim high for yourself in 2024 when it comes to career. Define your goals clearly, define your ambitions clearly and in a detailed way. And make sure that you are engaging in activities that promote your vision for the long term. This is a year of discipline and commitment. And one thing you need to know about is that Jupiter favors expansion and expansive goals. Don't be afraid to ask for that promotion and to seek opportunities to step into leadership roles. And if you want to start your own business or have your own venture and be independent in your career in some sort of way, 2024 could be the year for you. In order to get that career glow up, it's also important for you to network with people, with influential people in your field, or to network strategically within your environment in order to make connections that are going to take you places. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes your connections can either make you or break you, and Jupiter is really gonna favor you during this time, so just take advantage of it. Attend those industry events, attend those conferences, those seminars. It could also be amazing for you to collaborate with mentors or to seek advice from seasoned professionals in your field. Just get educated as far as like what works and what doesn't in your career path. And also make sure that you are engaging in activities that promote your reputation, that can help you build a long-lasting and positive reputation and image in the long term. This goes without saying, but invest in educating yourself in terms of your career path. Take the workshop, go to the seminar, expand your skill set, perfect your craft. Get that certification or specialized training. This is a time to enhance your professional skills and your marketability. It would also be great for you to work on gaining public recognition or recognition as a whole by sharing your expertise or by embracing opportunities for public speaking, being at the forefront of a career project, and engaging with others even on social media to amplify your voice, to amplify your brand if that's possible for you. So make sure you're working on projecting confidence and professionalism with your demeanor, with the way that you talk and that you move, because it can really take you places. And make sure that you're planning for the long term with your career goals. Think about where you want to see yourself in 5 years with Jupiter in your 10th house that can really expand your mind and your horizons. So instead of having a narrow perspective and a narrow vision, 2024 is when you're going to be like, oh, okay, there's a bunch of different things that I could do and that I want to achieve a bunch of different goals. And you could also seek advice from career mentors or professionals in your field to solidify those goals, but make sure that these are people that you trust with your soul, because whenever something is new and it's budding, it's very vulnerable to envy and outside energies. So I'm just letting you know, somebody who's a witch, I know that this is real, so I'm letting you know about it. Don't air out your goals every freaking where into every freaking body. And something else that you want to do with Jupiter in your 10th house is to make sure that you are holding integrity as a priority in terms of your reputation, how you're perceived, the quality of your work. Make sure that you're building a healthy and efficient work ethic, something that you're proud of. Cultivate a reputation of reliability, honesty, integrity, and shift your mindset to creating a legacy. Think beyond immediate success. Think about the long term, what you want to build for yourself. I think there's nothing more beautiful than somebody who wants to really leave a mark and a positive impact in their field and on society, and that's where this transit can help you do and envision for yourself. Don't forget to celebrate yourself in 2024. Learn the value of celebrating even the smallest wins, because that can really motivate you to achieve the goal and the bigger picture. Recognize your growth, your development, and all of the beautiful things that you have accomplished. Leo and Cancer risings, Jupiter is going to transit through your 11th house. So this means that you could have a social glow up. The 11th house is all about networking, community, your hopes and wishes, your goals, your luck. And right off the bat, you guys are going to be pretty lucky with Jupiter in Taurus and Gemini going through your 11th house. This is the house of good fortune. This is the house where Jupiter finds its joy. So I wouldn't be surprised if, according to other transits in your chart, if they sort of agree, you have a very lucky year in 2024. So there's a good premise here. So what can you do to achieve that social glow up, which can then lead onto different avenues like career success, finding your significant other, achieving your goals? Okay, let's get into it. First and foremost, of course, you want to put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to engage in social activities, to join groups and clubs with people that share your same interests and values. Attend networking events or social gatherings so that you can meet new people and socialize. It's important for you to also strengthen your already existing relationships within your network and really build a community around you and a support system around you. Invest in the people that are already in your life, and also, if you want, if you're up for it, Jupiter is supporting you in terms of creating new connections. It would also be amazing for you to embrace teamwork or collaboration and learn the value of being a good teammate. You can team up with friends, with acquaintances, people that are in your life that you care about, colleagues, to work together towards a shared goal. You're really learning the value of that. And that's really the essence of this social glow up. You're learning the value of community and how to be a positive member in a community. Be open to sharing your ideas and your input within your network of people. Now, not only are you having a social glow up, but you're also having a personal glow up in terms of achieving your goals, because like I said before, the 11th house is about your hopes and wishes, and when Jupiter is there, it's kind of like a genie granting your wishes. So if there's something that you've been wanting to manifest in your life, I highly recommend that you listen to the first portion of the video where I talk about how to tap into that Jupiterian energy to manifest your dreams, and really focus on doing that in 2024 because the energy is working with you, not against you. And this could also be a great time for you to set new goals. So identify your aspirations, the goals that you want to achieve, and build a plan in order to be successful. Overall, Jupiter will support you in achieving those dreams, especially if these are dreams that align with your long-term vision. Jupiter equals vision, the vision for the future. And if you want to get that social glow up, celebrate your friends. Show genuine gratitude for their contribution in your life. And speaking of the social glow up, 2024 can also be an amazing year to celebrate your friends and to create amazing memories. Things that you're going to tell your grandchildren, things that you're going to tell your son or your daughter. Just beautiful, pure, exciting memories. And make sure you're expressing gratitude for your friendships, your friends, those genuine friends that you have in your life. The 11th house is also about friendships and those connections, those associates that can help you through life. It's your community. It really does take a village. So celebrate those people that play a huge role in your life, especially if they're your friends or a part of your community. If you actively focus on manifesting your dreams, 2024 is the year where you see them materialize right in front of your eyes. Cancer and Gemini, you are having a spiritual glow up in 2024. Since Jupiter will be transiting through your 12th house, you may be having a spiritual awakening, tons and tons of progress on your healing journey. There's a bunch of ways that this could manifest for you. It could also be defined as a healing journey glow up if we really want to be precise. So let's get into it. How can you tap into this Jupiterian energy and make the most out of this transit in 2024? First of all, embrace spiritual practices. Cultivate your spiritual side, whether it be through journaling, shadow work, dream work, meditation, witchcraft, spirituality. Your spiritual practice is something incredibly intimate and personal, so it's really up to you. I would also highly recommend yoga or meditation or inner work and any sort of self-reflection practice to really embrace that hermit mode that you might be in during 2024. This is the year to connect with your innermost self. You're also gonna get a ton of powerful insights by being by yourself and learning how to appreciate your own company. This is the year where you might feel most comfortable in solitude. This is also a great opportunity to reflect on past experiences and how they shaped you and healing from your past. In order to get that spiritual glow up, it's important to practice forgiveness, compassion, both towards yourself and other people. Forgiveness and understanding can really liberate you from whatever burden you are carrying. Also, make sure that you're paying attention to your dreams and to your subconscious mind in 2024, because you could be receiving some powerful spiritual messages or predictions for the future through your dreams during 2024 with this transit. Of course, this goes without saying, but therapy can be the tool to really step it up and take it up a notch as far as your healing journey. It can help you understand and break down those subconscious patterns and really get into it. And finally, understand why you do certain things, why you are the way that you are, and take the time to improve where you need to improve. And take the time to show compassion and grace to yourself. You would also get massive benefits from going on a retreat or an immersive experience for self-discovery. It can be such a transformative way for you to connect with your innermost self, with your spirituality, with God. You could also do this at home by making your home your sanctuary where you feel stable, secure, and safe. That's really going to help you tap into yourself and explore the depths of yourself. The influence of Jupiter in the 12th house is really going to help you break those things down and overcome those self-limiting beliefs and really let those things be something of the past. Affirmations, visualizations, meditation, therapy, energy work can all help you, especially when you're trying to reprogram your subconscious, which is something that I highly recommend that you invest in 2024, to explore different religious philosophies or teachings, to expand your mind and your horizons as far as what is possible and what resonates most with you. And to really get that spiritual glow up, you have to get into prayer, meditation, sitting with yourself. And a mindset shift that can be super powerful for you is to practice surrender and gratitude. Really investing time into being present, being in the present moment. It feels so peaceful. Really tap into that mindfulness practice. Really build one for yourself. And it would also be super important for you to learn how to surrender to the flow of life. Allowing yourself to grow at your own pace, understanding that you are on your own path and there is no need for a comparison. So once again, we're going back to showing grace and compassion to yourself and to the journey that you're on. And I want to end this by saying that boundaries should also be an important thing that you focus on in 2024, because with the 12th house, things can get a little bit murky. So make sure that you have boundaries with your spiritual practice, with people in your life. You create a work-life balance. You're still taking care of your responsibilities. Boundaries. That's also a keyword that I want to implement here, even though we're talking about Jupiter, because sometimes with Jupiter, there can be too much growth, and too much growth is cancerous. That's why we have Saturn set into place in the system of astrology to create that limit. So make sure you're protecting yourself, regularly cleansing and prioritizing your peace without avoiding accountability. Because when you're protecting your peace, it doesn't mean that you're not facing your mistakes, you're running away from situations. All right, so with that being said, have a wonderful day and an amazing New Year's. Mwah.